Finally.
It's not meant to be fair. It's not meant to be moral. It's not meant to be any of that stuff. We're here to reproduce. And unfortunately, there are unflattering realities in the reproduction process.
And if we're here to reproduce, then are you reproducing with all of these women that you're having sex with?
No, but you're still,
that's the point,
you're still copulating because that is the act to reproduce.
How does that make you valuable if you don't respect your penis?
Yeah.
This video is brought to you by TatumStore.com. TatumStore.com. Ladies and gentlemen, the Don 2.0, our brand new Don shirt. He even got the new chain on there to say 45, and the sleeve is gold. This is literally gold that we put on her. Not 24 karat gold or nothing, but it's the gold paint. We made it look really good. Anyway, if you want to support Trump, I have this deal going on right now, 34% off because they gave him 34 charges. So I'm going to give it to you 34% off because it ain't really about the money for me. I just want more people to be able to share Trump and wear your stuff, wear it proud, and put it in the face of these liberals that you still support Trump even though he's going through this. So 34% off. All you got to do is put in Trump 34. Trump 34, you get 30% off this shirt. Go on now, pre-order it. It'll be available to send out on Friday. There's been so many people buying it, so you better get it now because we're going to end up running out of them. Like and subscribe to the channel. Y'all already know what to do. Let's get into this. Ladies and gentlemen, now, I have a lot to say about the Fresh and Fits of this world. You know, I think that Fresh and Fit, and if you guys don't know who they are, it's like two dudes that sit on the camera. One guy, you know, I don't want to say he's on the spectrum, but he can't speak well, and he's definitely not charismatic. Now, the guy Myron over there, he's a little bit more charismatic. He's a little bit more of a person that can articulate himself. However, they say some things that make a lot of sense, and they say a lot of things that make no sense. And I'll lead with this premise. I think that if you can compartmentalize what people like Fresh and Fit and others say, I think you can gain value out of this. If you can't compartmentalize and not realize that these dudes are single and they really ain't got no game and they really ain't pulling women, they ain't Christians, like they're not going to give you a good value point on what it means to be a high value man or a man at all if you want to be a really good man. These are young guys who are not married and all that other stuff. So they bring these women on, and most of them are dumber than a bag of rocks. All of them, they just got looks. And they bring women on and they destroy them, right? They have them going out there saying, I want a man 6'2" with $1 million a month and him to love me, never cheat on me, and be a virgin. And then they get toe up, right? Because some of these women are not thinking correctly. However, for the first time in a long time, I see a girl, she's sitting right next to Myron. Let me get the mic. She's sitting right here. This girl finally says something that I think made a lot of sense, because these young boys do not understand marriage, love, and how to really treat a woman. Roll the clip.
Right, for you to have a girl at home and then go out and have sex with all of these women, like why are we placing value on that?
Well, relationships and sex and relationships, like the mating process is amoral by nature. It's not meant to be fair. It's not meant to be moral. It's not meant to be any of that stuff. We're here to reproduce. And unfortunately, there are unflattering realities in the reproduction process.
And if we're here to reproduce, then are you reproducing with all of these women that you're having sex with?
No, but you're still,
that's the point,
you're still copulating because that is the act to reproduce.
How does that make you valuable if you don't respect your penis?
You can't. Because here's the difference. Women are consistently and overwhelmingly underestimate how difficult it is to attract the opposite gender as a man.
See, these dudes don't really have no substance, man. She actually called him out on that because their theology is that men and women are completely different when it comes to sex, right? And I think that it's different, but it ain't completely different. And so he believes a high-value man can sleep with as many women as they want to, and they're totally fine because men don't view sex outside of just an act, and they move on. Generally speaking, that's what he says. And women, they get emotional, so if they sleep with a lot of people, they're damaged goods. But men can be totally up to par, sleep with as many women as they want, and everything is cool. And so she kind of called him out on it. He's saying that, no, it's just for reproductive purposes, so like as animals, there's no morality to it, it's just reproduction. And then she called him out and said, well, all the women you sleeping with, are you trying to reproduce with them? See, because if you ain't trying to reproduce with them, then what you're creating is your own reality of morality in sexual encounters with women. You're not just trying to reproduce. You trying to have a good time. You're trying not to reproduce. So you're not going fully on the male instinct. Come on, bro. These young men don't know what it takes to have a woman. And that's why me and my wife was going to make a show, because you only hear from one side, right? It's like either women can do no wrong, or women are the most evil things on planet Earth. And that y'all all worthless, and you need to try to get yourself to a point where a man actually loves you. And in reality, it's like, no, a good man is a man who can manage his sex drive, who is not sleeping with 100 different women, because your reputation goes down, brother. Even though these young bucks don't believe that, you sleep with a whole bunch of women, bro, your reputation goes down. The good woman that you want as a man, and you out here slutting it up with all these women, you're not valued. Because she probably thinks, her mind, bro, this bro gonna cheat on me. He got all these women out here playing the field. Ain't no way in the world he gonna be serious with one woman. But people like Fresh and Fit don't believe women have enough common sense to kind of perceive those things too in men, just like men perceive them in women. But, you know, as a man, the woman is a prize. You should be striving to have a good wife. Being single is not your full potential. Now, I'm not jumping into the marriage thing, because the legal bounding of marriage is definitely detrimental to men if you get a divorce. It's not nowhere near fair to men in marriage. If you get a divorce, you're going to be screwed. But outside of that, the relationship, the commitment, a man should be looking at a woman with the eye of commitment, with the eye of believing she's the prize. A good woman will turn your life around. Like, there's no such thing, in my opinion, is a high value man, and he's just high valued, and the woman is just some side thing that she washes clothes and clean up behind him and just do that. That's not what a high value man see a woman as. And that's not what a woman brings to a high value man's life. It's just you cooking and cleaning and being a maid. It's like you bring value, you bring peace, you bring support, you bring all these things that make that man a greater man. That's why they have the saying, behind every great man is an incredible woman. And some people don't like to say behind. You can say beside, you can say whatever you want. But in reality, I didn't become successful as successful as I am until I got married. Because I can peacefully go through life focusing on the things that matter as far as business, and not focusing on dating women. And you got this one over here, and then this one over here, and then you don't like this one, and now she mad because she want more attention from you. This one want to be in a relationship, but you ain't really trying to be in a relationship with this one, but you don't know how to tell her no. You spinning all your wheels going nowhere. When you have a good woman at home that loves you, that supports you, when everybody else fall apart and they don't want nothing to do with you, people don't want to talk to you no more, your family didn't abandon you, you still got your wife, your life partner. And these young boys, every time I hear them talk, they neglect to understand that. They think that these women should be fighting and tripping over each other and stabbing each other just to get to a good man. Now, some of them are delusional, but by and large, the prize is, for a man, the prize is the woman. And for a woman, the prize should be the man, right? You shouldn't be going after the opposite sex and thinking you the prize. That's the most selfish thing ever, and that's why a lot of relationships don't work. You know, my goal is to please my wife. I want her to be happy. I want her to feel safe. I want her to be protected. I don't want my wife to worry about nothing. She ain't got to worry about money. She ain't got to worry about nothing. All she has to do is be a mommy. All she has to do is take care of the baby. I got everything else. That's what I want for my wife. That's my goal. I work hard to build a legacy and make sure my wife is completely worry-free. My goal ain't to just build my capital and have her the afterthought. My goal is to make sure my wife is good. And when I'm dead and gone, my wife ain't got to worry about nothing. She is my queen. I owe my life to my wife. I will die for my wife in 30 seconds. It won't take me that long. If it came down to I'll die for my wife. And that's what the Bible say that men should do. Women should serve their husband, and men should love their wife as Christ loved the church. And if you know anything about the story of Jesus Christ, he died, sacrificed it all for the church. All right. I just wanted to throw that out there. Thank you to the young lady. I actually followed her on social media after this video because she finally said, you know, finally a girl on there that makes some sense, man. You can't just go around saying, I'm a high-value man, I sleep with all these women. And it's like, well, you're not a high-value man if you're sleeping with a lot of women. That's bad for business, bro. You get one of them pregnant, you done. One of them say you touched them inappropriately, you done. You battling 55 or 6 women, you're not a stable man. And you're never going to be as successful as you could be. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'll see y'all in the next one. I'm out. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, I put out 3 videos a day, so make sure you go to the playlist that says new video and watch more videos. Subscribe to this channel. Let's go, baby.